Good afternoon, everyone. It's time once again for Strat-O-Matic Baseball. I'm Spokane Steve. It is a Friday, finally a Friday. Remember that saying? Yeah, maybe they still use it, I don't know. Only one game on the schedule for the date of May 16th, 1966, and that's the Washington Senators at the Minnesota Twins, finishing up a 4-game series. Phil Ortega pitching for the Senators, Camilo Pascual for the Twins. Ortega on the season so far, he's made 5 starts. He has 1 complete game. It was a shutout. He's 1-1 with a 3.68 ERA across 37 innings of work. For Pascual, it is, or is it Pascal? Hello, Kenyon. Well, I'll ask you, is it Pascual or Pascal? Camilo Pascual. Seems to me it would be Pascual. And hello, Franklin. In any case, Pascual in 6 starts, 1-3 with a 4.20 ERA, 41 innings of work. Washington comes in this game at 500, 13-13. Twins are 14-9. And welcome to Gerald. You've got what, you mean tropical storms, Franklin? Kenyon Gray says yes. Yep. Yes on the storms or yes on Pascual? I think it's Pascual. Let's get you the Washington lineup. We'll get started today. I'm staying in today as we've already reached 100 in Spokane, headed to a high of 106 today. Good day to stay in the air conditioning and keep cool. For the Senators, Fred Valentine leading off in center field. Don Blasingame at second base hits second. Frank Howard in left moves up to the 3 spot in the order, with Jim King, the right fielder, batting cleanup. Bob Chance gets the start at first base today. He'll hit 5th. Bob Saverin's down at third base in the 6th spot. Paul Casanova will do the catching and hit 7th. Eddie Brinkman at short hitting 8th. Ortega, the pitcher, bats 9th. The Twins defensively have Earl Batty behind the plate, Harmon Killebrew down at first, Allen and Versailles up the middle with Rich Rollins playing third base, and the outfield left to right of Allison, Cesar Tovar, and Oliva. There is the U. That's what I thought, Pascual. And that's one I should know. And welcome to Joel. How's it going, Joel? I got a message, what would you call it? A comment, actually, differentiating between a message and a comment. The comment section, comments are normally left after the game. Anyway, it was from Bob Cole, and he suggested using this space here off to the left to highlight one player from each team and write in a fact about them. I'm open to that, but I'm not quite sure how I'd do that. I wonder if he meant write down vertically? Or I guess you could do it you could get like one word a line in. Like, for example, maybe in this game we could highlight we could say highlight Eddie Brinkman. We could write that Brinkman leads the team in doubles with 6. Something like that. Or if someone had a hitting streak going, perhaps put that in there. That's kind of my thinking, Kenyon. Not a lot of room there. Oh, sure, Franklin, I get that. In fact, like I mentioned before, my cousin's visiting in, he's here in Spokane right now, visiting from Sarasota. So yes, sir, I'm well aware of the storm situation. And hello, Greg. Okay, Pasquale's ready to... Yeah, that's a thought. Okay, the uniform numbers. That might take some work, huh? Or would it? Let me look at this game. Yeah, you'd have to look them up, wouldn't you? That could end up being very time consuming and in my opinion not really worth the effort. Okay, Pasquale's ready to go. Here's Fred Valentine to lead things off, switch hitter, batting .330 on the season. That leads the club. His 6 home runs and 12 RBIs. Switch hitter batting left-handed against Pasquale, and here we go. That's going to be a 5-9 left-handed. It's a grounder to shortstop X. That's Versailles into the hole, a 2E44, and here's the play. That's going to be on a 3. He makes a fantastic diving stop to his feet. Strong throw across in time. And Valentine is retired on a Gold Glove play by shortstop Zuelo Versailles. That'll be marked 6-3X exclamation. And what a way to start things off. Here's Blasingame, the second baseman now. He's batting .250. Just 1 RBI on the season for Don as Pasquale comes up. Here's the pitch on a 2-7 right-hander. It's a fly ball to center. Way up there. Tovar waiting for it to come down. And finally does make the catch for out number 2. Big Frank Howard steps to the plate. 2 out, nobody on. Howard batting .309 on the season, just 2 home runs so far, a dozen RBIs. Pasquale set now, gets the sign from Batty, and here's the pitch. It's a 5-8 right-handed, it's a grounder to second base X. Bernie Allen ranging to his left, 3E22. And here's the play on an 8. That'll be the E rating. It's a roll of a 10 on a 22, and he boots it. So a little ground ball into the hole off of the glove of Allen. That'll go as an error. And that'll bring up right fielder Jim King. And what a story King has been so far. Hitting just .244, 11 for 45. And 8 of those 11 hits, you guessed it, are home runs. Also leads the team in RBIs with 18 in just 45 at-bats. King, a left-handed batter. Pasquale checks the runner. Here's the pitch to King. It's a 3-5, and he walks him. So perhaps being especially careful with King, Pasquale loses him. Howard will take second, and that'll bring up Bob Chance. Chance back in the lineup, hasn't played in a while. Just 2 for 18 on the season. Pasquale stares in now. Here's the pitch to Chance on a 5-12 left-handed. It's a grounder to second base X, so Allen will get another chance. 3E22. Here's the play on a 20. He's got it. Throws him out, and that'll retire the side. 4-3X, Chance retired. So for the Senators, no runs, no hits, they leave a pair. After half an inning of play, it's Washington 0, Minnesota coming to bat. shout out to Ben. Ben's joined us. I think they're both in. I think you guys are both in North Dakota. And it looks like we've got a lot of Twins fans today. Franklin's for the Senators. Okay, Phil Ortega gets loose. Let's get the Twins line up. That's going to be Zoilo with Versailles, the shortstop, leading off. Cesar Tovar is in center in the 2 spot. Tony Oliva hits third and right field. Bob Allison, the cleanup man, in left field. Rich Rollins at third base hits fifth. Killebrew at first base in the 6th spot. Earl Batty does the catching and hits 7th. Bernie Allen at second base, 8th. Pasquale, the pitcher, hits 9th. Setting Washington defensively, we've got Casanova behind the plate, Chance at first, Blasingame and Brinkman up the middle. Bob Savarin getting what I believe to be his first start of the year at third base, just going from memory here. Day off for Ken McMullen. He's available to pinch hit, however. The outfield left to right, Howard, Valentine, and King. So here's Zoilo to start it off, hitting .239 on the season. No homers, 7 RBIs. Right-handed hitter Ortega comes set. The windup and the pitch. That's going to be a 6-7 right-handed. It's a grounder to second base X. That'll be Blasingame. 40-14. Blasingame ranging up the middle. On a 6, he's not going to get it. That's through into center field for a base hit. And Zoilo is aboard to lead it off. Versailles is a star 15 stealer. Let's check that Washington battery now. Ortega with a -1 hold. Casanova a -1 arm. That's a -2 total. That knocks Zoilo down to a 13. With nobody out, they're not going to hold him. That'll bring up Tovar. Tovar just 7.445, I should say, off to a very rough start. That's a 156 average. He does have a home run. Ortega working from the stretch now. The pitch to Tovar is a 4-8 right-handed. That is ripped into the gap for extra bases. Valentine on it quickly. They're going to hold Versailles at third, and Tovar in with a double. So the Twins are in business right away here in the first inning. Second and third, nobody out, and Tony Oliva coming to bat. Oliva hitting just .233 so far, 3 homers, a dozen RBIs. Early in the game, Washington will keep the infield back, trying to avoid the big inning. Ortega a deep breath now, full windup on the pitch to Tony O is a 3-2 right-handed, and he draws the walk to load the bases. Twins threatening in the first, bases loaded and nobody out. Here's Bob Allison now. Allison hitting .227 so far, 1 homer, 5 RBIs. Infield at double play depth. Ortega gets the sign. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch to Allison on a 6-8 right-handed. It's a fly ball to center field. Backing up is Valentine. That's going to be deep enough to score Versailles. Valentine makes the catch. Versailles comes in to score. And it's 1-0 Twins. Sacrifice fly to center. Credit Allison with an RBI on the play. And the batter will be Rich Rollins. Rollins 7 for 19. That's a .368 average. He has 1 home run. Rollins' hot streak he's basically forced his way into the lineup at third base, moving Killebrew to first. Excuse me. Ortega gets the sign from the stretch. The pitch to Rollins is a 2-7 right-handed, and he works out a walk. That'll reload the bases. That's the second walk of the inning issued by Ortega. and that's going to send Casanova out to the mound. Trying to settle down Ortega, but he's already walked 2 and surrendered 2 hits in the first. 1-0 ball game. Casanova gives Ortega a pat and heads back behind the plate. Into the crouch now. And Harmon Killebrew will step to the plate with the bases loaded. Killebrew's hitting .333 so far on the season. 4 home runs, 14 runs batted in. Infield at double play depth. Ortega, the windup on the pitch is a 3-5. Fly to left field, B ? That'll be for Howard. Howard a +2 arm, Tovar a 15 with 2 outs, 17, 19 to score. Tovar is going to tag. Here's the throw. He scores easily. Another sac fly. Give Killebrew a ribby, and it's 2-0. Earl Batty will be the batter now, and Ortega with a chance to get out of this rather cheaply. Batty on the season, .292, 2 home runs, and a team-leading 18 runs batted in. Ortega gets the sign now. Here's the pitch to Batty. That's going to be a 6-9 right-handed. It's a high fly ball. That's going to be a base hit as Batty is a weak against righties. So back up a second, let's look at that again. It's a 6-9 homer to 18. The roll is a 4. However, Batty a weak against righties. He's going to settle for a long single. That'll be good enough to get Oliva in. Rollins scoots into third. And it is 3-0 on the RBI single by Earl Batty. Here's Bernie Allen now. Bernie hitting .276 so far, 1 homer, 11 RBIs. He has 11 extra base hits. Only one of them a home run, 8 doubles, 2 triples. Left-handed hitter. Ortega from the stretch. The pitch to Bernie Allen is a 2-9 right-handed. It's a grounder. 2-hopper to short. Brinkman to Chance, and that'll do it. The Twins come up with 3 on 3 hits and leave a pair. So after 1 inning of play, it is Twins 3, Senators nothing. Three to nothing as we move along to the second. Pasquale ready to work now. Bob Savarin standing in. Switch hitter batting left. Savarin 5 for 18 on the season. That's a .278 average. Does not have a home run. Pasquale gets the sign from Batty. Here's the windup and here's the pitch to Savarin. It's a 1-8 high fly ball to right field. Backing up is Oliva at the track, at the wall, leaps up and brings it down. Oh my. Savarin just missed it. 1-8 homer, 1 through 11. The roll is a 14, and you can see Savarin's a W. Only way he could hit a home run is on that number, and he just missed it. One down, and Casanova due. Paul Casanova, the catcher, just 9 for 43. That's .209. He does have 1 home run. Pasquale into the windup. The pitch to Casanova is a 6-2 right-handed. That's a grounder to first base X. That's going to be Killebrew. Ranging to his right, a 4-E-17. And here's the play on a 2. He's not going to get there. That's into right field for a single. Oliva gets it back in. Casanova will round and hold it first. Here's Eddie Brinkman now, the shortstop. Brinkman batting .282. 1 home run, 10 RBIs for the light-hitting shortstop. Right-handed batter. Casanova, a modest lead at first. Pasquale out of the stretch. That's going to be a 4-2 right-hander. It's a lazy fly ball into left field. Allison gliding over and grabs it for the out. And that'll bring up Ortega. A right-handed batter, he's 1W. And here's the pitch from Camilo Pasquale. 3-8, struck him out. First K of the game for Pasquale. No runs, a hit, 1 left. Yeah, exactly. Warning track power. No Harmon's in there, Gerald. Batting a little lower in the lineup than I would expect. Here's Ortega now, getting ready to go to work in the bottom of the inning. Pasquale will lead it off. He's a right-handed hitter, 3W. And the pitch from Ortega, a 6'9" right-handed. That is a single into left field. So Pasquale with a leadoff single. Ortega does not seem to be fooling anyone here in the early going. That's the 4th hit he's allowed already. That'll turn the lineup over. And here's Zoilo again, who led off with a single in the first. Ortega checks the runner now. Here's the pitch. 5'9" right-handed. That is a high fly ball to deep left field. Howard starts back and then just turns around and watches it go. No doubt about it. 2-run blast by Zoilo. And the Twins have broken it open in the second inning. 5-0. Let's check that roll again. 5'9", no doubt about it shot. Zoilo has the power. And for Versailles, that's his first home run of the season. So a very rough start for Phil Ortega. In fact, there's action already in the Washington pen. Can't get a good look down there. Looks like Jim Hannon throwing. That's right, it's Jim Hannon, the right-hander. I like that. Welcome, OG. Yeah, this dude can't get anyone out. And there's Frank. Welcome to Frank. I think Mookie's taking a nap somewhere. Here's Tovar. He doubled his first time up. 5 hits already for the Twins and 5 runs. Ortega into the windup. 2'9" right-handed. He pops him up. Left side. Savarin calling. And he'll take it. That's out number 1. That'll bring up Oliva. He walked his first time up. Ortega gets the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch to Tony. It's a 6'11" left-handed fly ball to center and shallow. Here comes Valentine coming fast. He's there to make the catch, and there's 2 away. 2 down, nobody on. Bob Allison, the batter, hit a sac fly his first time up. Ortega's set now. Here's the pitch to Bob Allison. 4-6 right-handed, and he walks him. 2 out walk to Allison, a star 20 stealer. He'll have to be held on. 18 not held, 16 held. Excuse me. He would need a 5 to get the lead. He's going to just let Rollins hit away here. Ortega checks the runner. The pitch to Rich Rollins is a 5-11 right-handed. It's a high fly ball to deep left field. Howard backing up now just shy of the track to make the catch. So even the outs are being struck hard here off of Ortega. 2 more for the Twins. On 2 hits, they leave him in. After 2 innings complete, it's 5-0 Twins. Ortega's hot sauce tortillas. Yeah, I love it. I know them mostly, of course, for the Ortega green chilies. Bear with me 1 second. I got to get a drink of water. Okay, we're back. Oh, did you enjoy that, Frank? Yeah, that's classic. His little window car bed. He's great. We got out for a little walk this morning before it got hot. And he's somewhere snoozing at the moment. Moving along to the 3rd inning, top of the order for Washington. Fred Valentine will start it off. 0 for 1 on the day. Pasquale set now. Here's the pitch to Fred Valentine. That's going to be a 5-11 left-handed. That's a sharply stroked single into right field, and Valentine aboard to lead off the 3rd. Valentine, great speed. Star 17 stealer. Let's check the Twins battery. Pasquale with a poor hold, +4. Batty is 0, so the total is +4. That makes Valentine a 20. He'll have to be held on, making him an 18. And hell, you guys know me by now. That's too tempting to pass up. 3 through 6 for the lead. 8, he does not get the lead. Blasingame, who's 0 for 1, will hit away. Pasquale from the stretch. It's a 5-8 left-handed grounder to second base X. That could be 2. It's Allen again. Allen's been busy today. 3-22. Here's the roll on the play on a 20. He's got it to Versailles for 1 to Killebrew double play. 4-6-3 X erases the runner. And it's 2 out and nobody on for Frank Howard. Oh yeah, he loves that tower. And I think he'll use it more as he gets more used to it. And it was cheap. I looked at a lot of them. 2 out, nobody on. Here's Big Frank. Pasquale getting the sign from Batty. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 4-7 right-handed single to 15. That is past the diving Versailles and into left field for a base hit. So Frank Howard, a 2-out single. Double play looming large in this inning now as Jim King comes to bat. King walked his first time up. Pasquale checks the runner, now comes to the plate. 2-4 righty, it's a base hit into right field, an open single. Howard, however, extremely slow. They're going to hold him at second. 3 hits in the inning. But thanks to the double play, no runs as of yet. It'll be up to Bob Chance. Not much on Chance's card, quite frankly. He's 0 for 1 today. Pasquale staring in now from the stretch. The pitch to Chance is a 3-2, swung on and missed, strike 3. Down goes Chance, down go the Senators. They get 3 hits in the inning, yet fail to score. They leave a pair. Boy, I tell you what, anytime you get 3 hits and can't score, that's pretty bad. Through 2.5, it's 5-0 Minnesota. Oh, it is. Yes, Frank, it is anchored to the ceiling. That was a must for me when I was looking at them. And it's solidly anchored too. $49. These things run way upwards of 100. They can anyway. The one at Petco was like $279, and I don't think it was any better than this one. It had more, like it had a little room you could go in, a little cave. But for me, the purpose was to get him something where he could get up high, because he likes to get up on the top of the door, on top of the kitchen cabinets. Exactly, Ben. Oh, my new neighbor or neighbors, I haven't met them yet, but they're certainly not bothering me. A pleasure to have after the last ones. Ortega getting tuned up for the bottom of the third here, 5-0 Twins. Harmon Killebrew will lead it off. Harmon with a sac fly in the first inning. Ortega into the windup. The pitch to Killebrew is a 1-8, and he draws the walk. So a leadoff walk to Killebrew. Hannon just about ready in the Senators bullpen. And here's Earl Batty. Batty with an RBI single in the first. Ortega out of the stretch once again. Here's the pitch to Batty. It's a 1-3 base hit into left field. That's an open single. They'll put the brakes on Killebrew, though, a 1-9 runner. And the Twins are threatening again in the third. And how long are we going to stay with Ortega? Ortega had pitched well coming into this start, but it's certainly falling apart for him here today and in a hurry. Here's Bernie Allen. Ortega checks the runners. Now from the stretch, the pitch to Bernie is going to be a 6-10 left-hand. That's a ground ball down to first base. Chance has it to Brinkman for 1. Back to first, not in time. 3-6 fourths. Killebrew will take third. 1 out, and Camilo Pasquale will be the hitter. Let's check his bunt rating now. Poor bunter, he's a D. That will allow the Senators to play the infield at double play depth. Already leading by 5, Pasquale will swing away, and here's the pitch from Ortega. On a 3-8, swung on and missed, strike 3. So Ortega now with a chance to get out of this inning unscathed. And here's Zoilo, 2 for 2 on the day, including a 2-run home run his last time up, his first of the season. Ortega taking his time now. Checks the runners. He's set. From the stretch, the pitch to Zoilo. 6-9, right-handed is a high fly ball to deep left field, backing up is Howard at the track, at the wall, it's gone. Zoilo again. Zoilo Versailles, who came into this game without a home run, has hit 2 home runs in this game. And it's a laugher. 8-0 Twins, and here comes Gil Hodges now. Ortega will hit the showers. He surrendered 8 runs. Jim Hannon will get the call. In fact, he's going to double switch with Chance. And the pitcher will go in Chance's spot. Who have they got at first? Dick Nan will come in at first. And he'll go in the 9 spot. I actually just remembered to do it this time. Unfortunately, it was in a game where the outcome is such it's probably not going to make much difference. We'll see, though. A lot of ball game left. Ortega lasts just 2 2/3 innings today. Surrendered 7 hits, 4 walks, 8 runs, all earned. Struck out 1. Hannon's been in 3 games, has not allowed a run yet in 4 1/3 innings. Right-handed pitcher. Hell, Frank, 2 homers in a game. He might not hit. How many did he hit in the season? Well, he had 7. He does have end power both ways. So I'm not going to bet against him, but it's certainly a long shot. Boy, it could be, Mike, and welcome, by the way. I didn't see you come in. Okay, Hannon's ready to work now. Tovar, the hitter, 1 for 2. 2 outs in the 3rd. Hannon into the windup. Pitch to Caesar on a 4-5 as a grounder to shortstop X. That's going to be Eddie Brinkman. Brinkman a 2E29. Into the hole he goes, and here's the play on a 4. It's a diving stop into the hole. Brinkman hops to his feet, fires across. What a play by Eddie Brinkman. Three more runs for the Twins, however, on 2 hits. Zoilo, 3 for 3 with 3 runs and 5 RBIs. And no one happier than Camilo Pascual. He'll take the mound in the 4th with an 8-run lead. That was the last one I played, Frank. That was that 16-1 nightmare. I got to admit, guys, that was hard to get through. $16-1 Atlanta over St. Louis. That was on Wednesday, I believe. I think that was the last game I played, because I didn't do a game yesterday. I did the stats update yesterday. It eerily does. Here's Savarin to lead things off. He's 0 for 1, batting left-handed against Pasquale. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 6-6 left-handed. It's a grounder to second base. Allen has it, throws him out, and there's one down. Here's Casanova, 1 for 1. The pitch from Pascal, a 2-8 right-handed, pops him up on the left side. Rich Rollins, he'll take it. 2 down quickly in the 4th. So Pasquale with an 8-run lead. He's not wasting any time. He's coming right at these guys. And here's Brinkman, 0 for 1. Pasquale working quickly, gets the sign and comes in there with a 3-7 right-handed. That's a base hit up the middle for Brinkman. So a 2-out single for Eddie. And that'll bring up Dick Nen, the first baseman, who came in the double switch. Left-handed hitter. Nen just 11 for 54 on the season. That's a 204 average. Does not have a home run. Pasquale from the stretch delivers a 6-7 lefty. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Down goes Nen, and down go the Senators in the 4th. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on. Yeah, exactly, Frank. I'm much more, how shall we say, I'm much more cool with it today. I kind of got flustered by it in the last game, but, you know, then I reminded myself, hell, they can't all be good games. You're going to have these kind of games. 1,600 and some odd games. It's just going to happen. Here's Jim Hannon again. He'll face the heart of the Twins lineup. Oliva, Allison, and Rollins. Oliva 0 for 1 with a walk. Hannon set now. Here's the pitch to Oliva. That's going to be a 4-5 left-handed. It's a grounder to shortstop X. That's Brinkman again. 2E29, and here's the play. On a 12, that's the error rating. A roll of a 10 on a 29. This could be close. He makes a fine play for the out. So 2 gems by Brinkman. Back-to-back, in fact. And that'll bring up Allison. No, I have not had a no-hitter. Closest I came was a Marichal game in which he pitched a 1-hit shutout and faced the minimum. That was a hell of a game. Best pitch game of the year so far by far. Allison does not have an official at bat yet. He had a sac fly in the first and walked in the second. It's a 4-9 to the right-hander. It's a high fly ball to deep left field. Backing up is Howard. That's off the wall. That's going to be a double for Bob Allison. So let's take another look at that one. 4-9, homer to 6. The roll of 19, and Allison's in with a stand-up double. That'll bring up Rollins, 0 for 1 with a walk. Hannon checks the runner. Now comes in there with a 3-9 right-handed. It's a grounder to second base. Blasingame to his left, has it. Throws to Chance as Allison takes third. I'm sorry, he throws to Nen. I beg your pardon. Chance is out of the game. Nen at first base for Washington now. Jeffrey had one in his 69 replay, which he's almost done with. Dave McNally pitched it. I can't remember if I've had a triple play or not. I kind of don't think so, but I'm going to blame this on senior appropriate memory, I'm afraid. Killebrew also does not have an official at bat. Sack, fly, and walk, much like Allison. Runner at third, 2 down. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 6-6 right-handed, and he walks him. So Harmon Killebrew walks for the second time today. That puts runners on the corners with 2 down, and Earl Batty, who's 2 for 2, steps to the plate. Hannon the full windup now. Here it comes. It's a 5-7 right-handed, and he walks him to load the bases. So back-to-back walks here issued by Hannon in the 4th. And Bernie Allen will be the batter. Allen 0 for 2 in this one. Hannon gets his sign. Here's the pitch. It's a 3-7 right-handed. He struck him out. So Hannon able to strand 3. For the Twins, no runs a hit. They leave the bases full. So that could have easily gotten much uglier there in the 4th. We played 4. It's 8-0 Twins. Pasquale ready to work the 5th. It's going to be Valentine, Blasingame, and Howard, the top of the order for the Senators. Valentine's 1 for 2, batting left-handed. Here's the pitch from Pasquale. It's a 5-9 lefty, grounder to short X. That'll be Versailles, a 2E44. Ranging up the middle. Here's the play on a 16. He's there to cut it off behind the bag, whirls and throws in time for the out. Valentine retired on a grounder to short, and here's Blasingame. Blasingame 0 for 2. Pasquale into the windup. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 4-6 left-handed. Grounder down to first base. Killebrew will take it to the bag. 2 down quickly. And here's Big Frank Howard. Singled and reached on an error. Pasquale into the windup. Pitch to Big Frank, a 6-7 right-handed. Fly ball into center, fairly deep. Tovar backing up a bit, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. 1-2-3 inning for Pasquale, who appears to have this game well in hand. It's 8-0 Minnesota. And for Jim Hannon, he'll begin what should be his last inning of work, as he's due to bat second in the 6th. Camilo will lead it off. Pasquale 1 for 2. 3W, right-handed batter. 6-12 is a grounder to second base X. That's Bernie Allen again. I'm sorry, it's not. That's Blasingame. Excuse me, wrong team. I beg your pardon. Blasingame of 4E14. Here's the play. On a 1, he's not going to get that. That's through into right field. And Camilo Pasquale has his second hit of the game. Excellent, Frank. We've got the Yorkie rooting for the shutout. I'm guessing a very popular breed of dog these days. My mom has a Yorkie, and my uncle's wife has a Yorkie. They're going to be the ones that are going to be coming in on August 17th. So we'll have a bit of a Yorkie fest here in late August. Pasquale at first, and here comes Zoilo. Zoilo has not been retired today. Singled in the first, homered in the second, homered in the third. Can he do it again? Here's the pitch from Hannon. It's a 3-10 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. Well, that answers that question. Hannon fans Zoilo, and the batter will be Tovar. Tovar's 1 for 3 in this one. Hannon out of the stretch. Comes in there with a 3-5 righty and walks him. That'll push Pasquale to second. Let me see where he came in now. So he's got a third of an inning there, 1 2/3. So he has not begun his first endurance inning yet. He's a 3. One more out and he will. Here's Oliva, first and second, one down. Oliva 0 for 2 with a walk. Hannon set. Now here's the pitch to Oliva. 4-6, swung on and missed, strike 3. Third strikeout for Hannon. And that'll bring up Allison. Allison 1 for 1, doubled his last time up. Hannon from the stretch. 2-10 righty, lazy fly ball into right field. King backing up a bit, and he'll haul it in to retire the side. For the Twins, no runs a hit, they leave a pair. So a huge difference between this game and the Atlanta-St. Louis game the other day. At least in this game, the bullpen has been able to put the brakes on it. In that game, St. Louis couldn't find a pitcher who could pitch until it was already 16-1, and Don Dennis pitched 2 1/3 scoreless. And by then, of course, much, much too late. That'll be the last batter for Hannon. He's due to bat second as we move along to the 6th inning. Pasquale's allowed 5 hits, all singles. This will be his first potential inning of fatigue. King, a pinch hitter, and Savarin due. King 1 for 1 with a walk. Pasquale into the windup. 2-4 righty, base hit into right field, and the red-hot King just cannot be stopped. He's been on all 3 times today. Now we'll have a pinch hitter for Hannon. Hannon ends the day having worked 2 1/3. Surrendered just 1 hit, no runs. He did walk 3. And K'd 3. Right-hander. I'd rather not use Humphreys unless absolutely necessary. Casey Cox is going to begin throwing. He pitched in this game in real life. That makes more sense. Runner on first, nobody out. And the batter will be Ken McMullen. McMullen, the regular third baseman on the team, hitting .245 on the season with 4 home runs and 14 RBIs. Oh, there's Kurt Miller with an excellent song from the Stormwatch album. In my opinion, the last album of the classic era. Man, one of my favorites. McMullen standing in from the right side. Pasquale from the stretch comes in there with a 5-6 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. Pasquale whiffs McMullen. And here's Bob Savarin, the third baseman, 0 for 2 on the day. Pasquale from the stretch. It's a 5-4 lefty, fly to center field edge. Tovar. Tough play for Caesar. 3-2 backing up, still backing up. Here's the play on a 15. He runs it down for the out. So nice running catch by Tovar. That's the second out. And Paul Casanova, the catcher, will come to bat. Runner on first, 2 down. And here's the pitch. 5-5 righty, lazy fly ball into left field. Bob Allison drifting over to his right and hauls it in to retire the side. No runs, a hit, 1 left. 6 scoreless in the books for Pasquale. New pitcher for the Senators. Casey Cox coming into the game. He's worked in 7 games. He's 1-3 with a 4.63 ERA and 12 innings of work. Third pitcher of the day for Washington. And a thanks again to Factoid Kurt for that one. I did not know that. Saverin's nickname, Rabbit. And Palmer gave up his share of long balls too. But, like most of the great ones, most of them were solo shots. Catfish Hunter comes to mind when I think of that. Rollins, Killebrew, and Batty for the Twins here in the bottom of the 6th. Well, you know, maybe I should try, Ben. It wouldn't hurt. Rollins 0 for 2 with a walk. Cox ready to work now. Here's the windup and the pitch. It's a 6-4 righty. That's catcher's card X. That's going to be Casanova. A 2-E8, and here's the play. On a 6, that will be a pop out to the catcher, 1 down. 2X, 1 away. And here's Harmon Killebrew. 0 for 0, actually. Sack fly, walk twice. Clock set now. Here's the pitch to Harmon. It's a 3-7 righty. Fly ball to center. Valentine ranging to his right. He's there to make the catch. 2 down, and Earl Batty will be the hitter. Batty has not been retired today. 2 singles and a walk. Right-handed hitting catcher, team captain, standing in there. Cox set. He comes in with a 6-7 right-handed. It's a grounder to second base X. That's Blasingame, 40-14, ranging behind the bag. And here's the play. Error range. It's a 2 on an E14. It's a split result. White die of a 1, it's an error, but on a 3, it is a ground ball to second. Fine play by Blassingame, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Casey Cox. So the Washington bullpen able to settle things down. Unfortunately for them, it's pretty much the equivalent of closing the barn door after the horses have left. A lot of rope for Pasquale now. S6 for endurance. But he'll be given every opportunity to complete this one. Brinkman, Nen, and Valentine due for Washington as we move to the 7th inning. Brinkman 1 for 2 today. Pasquale into the windup. Here's the pitch. It's a 2-9 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. So Eddie Brinkman down on strikes. That'll bring up Nen, the first baseman. He struck out his first time today. Pasquale set. Coming right at him. Here's the pitch, 2-5. It's a double to 4 on a 19. Nen will settle for a long single to center. And he's aboard with 1 down. Here's Valentine now, 1 for 3. Camilo Pasquale checks the runner. Comes set now from the stretch. Pitch to Valentine, a 5-9 left-handed. It's a grounder to short X. This could be 2. Versailles, a 2E44. Here's the play. On a 6, it is a double play. Versailles to Allen to Killebrew. 6-4-3, X side retired. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. And as we stretch for the 7th, 8-0 Minnesota. Twins came into the game just 2.5 back of the Orioles. And I thank you kindly, Frank. That's very nice of you to say. I appreciate you guys. Holy crap, Kurt. There's a name I haven't heard in ages. Thanks again to Kurt, the factoid man. Bernie Allen will lead off the bottom of the 7th for the Twins. He's 0 for 3 today. Cox, beginning his 2nd inning of work, goes into the windup. The pitch to Allen is a 3-8 right hand. It's a fly ball into center, lazy fly ball. Valentine waiting for it to come down and squeezes it for the first out. Pasquale will hit, of course. Right-handed batter. Cox pitch, a 3-3, grounder down to first base. Nen will take it himself. 2 away. And that'll bring up Zoilo. 2 out, nobody on, 3 for 4. Zoilo, who pretty much has player of the game locked up at this point. 3 hits, 2 home runs today. 3 runs scored, 5 RBIs. The pitch from Cox. That's going to be a 2-11, a grounder down to first, wide of first. Nen has it, shovels it to Cox covering. Excuse me, wrong spot. And that will retire the side. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Casey Cox. We've completed 7. Very one-sided contest today. 8-0 Minnesota. Pasquale trying to go for the complete game here. It's Blasingame, Howard, and King due for Washington. Blasingame 0 for 3 in this one. Pasquale gets the sign from Batty now. Here's the pitch. On a 4-4 left-handed, that'll be catcher's card X. That's Batty. 2-2, fine defensive catcher. Rolls a 17, and it is a foul out to the catcher. F2X, 1 down. Here's Frank Howard, 1 for 3 today. Zoilo had an awesome game. Pasquale into the windup. The pitch to Howard is a 3-10 right-handed, and he works out the walk. 1 out walk to Howard late in the game now. Lefty pitcher switch. Dwight Siebler begins tossing in the Minnesota pen. Howard at first base with his blazing speed, 1 through 8. 1 down, and Jim King will be the hitter. King has not been retired today. 2 singles and a walk. Pasquale from the stretch. The pitch to King is a 2-7 grounder to second base. That's going to be 2. Allen has it to Versailles for 1. To Killebrew double play. Oh yeah, things are looking good for Pasquale now. 8 scoreless innings in the books. Absolutely, Frank. He'll definitely be allowed to go for the shutout. If it comes down to it, he may go for the shutout even if he's fatigued for a batter or two. Cox, his 3rd inning of work, he's rated 3 for endurance. Cesar Tovar will lead it off for the Twins. Cesar 1 for 3 with a walk today. Scored a run way back in the first. Cox into the windup. The pitch to Tovar. It's a 4-9 right-handed base hit up the middle. Leadoff single for Tovar. Star 17 now. Cox a terrible hold, +3. Casanova a -1. That's 2-19. They're going to hold him at 17. He won't be attempting it with an 8-run lead, but they got to hold him. And here's Oliva 0 for 3 with a walk. Dick Lyons tossing in the Washington pen. Lyons a lefty. Cox out of the stretch. Here's the pitch to Oliva. That's a 4-5 left-handed. A grounder to shortstop X. That's going to be Brinkman, a 2E29. A lot of X plays in this one. Into the hole goes Steady Eddie on a 19. He's got it. Turns and fires to Blasingame for 1. On to first, double play. 6-4-3-X. 2 down. And Bob Allison due. Allison 1 for 2. Cox set now. Here's the pitch to Bob. It's a 4-11 right-handed. Slow roller to third. Savarin charging. He has it. Throws to first in time. And the side is retired. No runs a hit, nobody left on. We go to the 9th with Camilo Pasquale looking for the shutout. Taking a moment to glance over the chat today. I want to thank everybody for watching. I will definitely not be here Saturday or Sunday, taking the weekend off. 3 more family members arriving tomorrow. A fairly large gathering tomorrow, and that could spill over into Sunday. Okay, we're going to the 9th. Washington will send up a pinch hitter to start it off. Let's see what they got. Hamlin, Locke, Kirkland. I'm going to go with Kirkland. He actually pinch hit in this game in real life. So Willie Kirkland, the pinch hitter, will lead it off here in the 9th. Kirkland hitting .231 on the season. That's just 3 for 12. He hasn't played much. One of those 3 hits a home run, however. Pasquale gets the sign from Batty. Here's the pitch to Kirkland. It's a 3-5 righty. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And Pascal just 2 outs away from the shutout. Here's Bob Savarin now. Made that fine play to end the 8th. Bob 0 for 3 in this one. Pasquale into the windup. There's the pitch to Savarin. It's a 5-8 left-handed. It's a ground ball to second base X. It's Allen again. I feel like this is a record for X plays in one game for me this season. 3-22 for Bernie Allen on 18. He's got it and throws him out. Pasquale just 1 out away. And it will be the catcher, Paul Casanova. Pasquale staring in now. Deep breath. Full windup. The pitch to Casanova. 2-9 righty. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And he did it. A complete game shutout for Pasquale. 8-0 Twins is the final score. I'll have the totals for you in just a moment. Pasquale with the shutout gets the win. He's 2-3. 4, 5, 6. Scattered 7 singles. How about that? 7 singles. He walked only 1. No, that is not right. I beg your pardon. A little closer look at this here. He walked 2. Struck out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A gem for Camilo Pasquale. Cox did a nice job in relief. 3 scoreless, just 1 hit allowed. No walks, no strikeouts. Ortega, of course, the losing pitcher, he drops to 1 and 2. You know, I'm kind of with Frank on this one. I was Zoilo all the way, but I'm going to have to split it. Player of the game, that is, between Zoilo and Pasquale. Complete game shutout. speaks for itself. My favorite thing in the sport, by the way, the complete game shutout. One of the many reasons I'm a bit disenchanted with today's game. We just don't get to see that anymore, at least not very often. The totals on the game, the Twins 8 runs on 9 hits, they made an error. Washington blanked on 7 hits, no errors. And how about that Zoilo? 3 for 5, 3 runs, 5 RBIs, 2 home runs. When we do come back, we're going to move quickly to May 17th on the schedule. And that date will start off with the Boston Red Sox at the Baltimore Orioles. Jerry Stevenson for the Sox. And a rare start by Frank Bertena for Baltimore. So their rotation must have required a little bit of rest. Bertena coming out of the bullpen for a spot start. And yeah, Kenyon, kudos to Earl Batty, calling the game, absolutely. I'm going to get out of here, guys. That's it for me. Thanks for watching, and I want to wish you all a very great weekend. Have a good one.